Hey Truth Seekers, it's Phineas. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well today. Okay, my hair is looking like Bert and Ernie from The Muppet Show. I had a cut last week, but it hasn't rectified the problem, so apologies for that. Okay, what I want to talk to you today about is a serious issue which affects a lot of people. It certainly affected me for many years. Anxiety. It's one of the most vicious issues a human being can suffer, I believe. It is serious and it is vicious. You can get different types of it. It affects you not only mentally, which a lot of people who don't suffer from an anxiety disorder will often think it's just mental. It affects you very physically as well. It makes you feel sick, it makes you feel stomach problems, can't digest your food properly, sleep problems, all sorts of. It can manifest headaches in many ways, and it, as I say, it can be serious. I think the statistics now are verging on 1 in 5 people are suffering from a mental condition. This is what our government is reporting at the moment. So that's serious, and we need to understand why we suffer from anxiety and how we can rectify it. So I'm going to cover the 3 main reasons why you would suffer from anxiety, and I'm hopefully going to give you some suggestions of how you can rectify them. And I'm going to try and squeeze that into 10 minutes. So let's do it. Okay, the first main reason, and by the way, I suffered from anxiety big time, and it ruined my health for, I think, about 6 or 7 years until it started digressing. And I'm going to tell you for me what happened. So the first main reason for suffering from anxiety will be a spiritual reason. Something which is held within your system, a trauma from childhood, the way you were treated in childhood. It could have been a one-off event in your life which has caused you to suffer from anxiety. Whether that's generalised anxiety, whether that's social anxiety, the way a parent treated you, which made you insecure, the way a parent was, maybe they were very anxious and you kind of took on their energy and you started forming your personality on that. Again, it could be a one-off event as well, which happened to you when you were a child or an adult. So to rectify the spiritual side of anxiety, you need to look back at the events. You need to relive how it actually felt when you formed the anxiety. You need to feel those fears again. There's some suggestions. I obviously do nutritional balancing programs. There's suggestions of meditations where you can relive and retrace those events of when you were a child, if you were abused, whether mentally or physically, or those one-off events which made you feel a certain way. You can process them, and over time, slowly, the more that comes out of your spiritual body, hopefully the less you will feel anxious. You can do this with awareness and meditation over time. I actually think that CBT, which is cognitive behavioural therapy, for a lot of people is quite useful, but it's just putting a plaster over it. It's like mowing dandelions off your lawn. They're going to grow back. They might feel better for a week, but they're going to come back. So dealing with the core belief about yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm useless, I'm unlovable, all those sort of things can create a real anxiety in adult life. If you can get to the core of them, and if you need help with that, send me a comment. I'm happy to send you some process which has helped me. But also from the spiritual, it's about having faith. Once you've cleared a few of those anxieties, having faith that you're not in control. A higher power is in control. The more you try and control your life, the more anxious you're going to feel because you think you're in control. You are partly, but really there's a bigger picture here which you need to understand. And being that separate, small human being can make you feel very anxious. So the first big reason is spiritual. As I say, guys, any comments on that, do leave them. I'm always happy to help or send some information to anyone that wants it. The second reason, big reason for anxiety is physical. And so if your system is overloaded with toxins like copper or mercury or or lead or cadmium or aluminium or toxic minerals like copper, iron, manganese. These can create real anxiety problems, and very physically they can sit on your nerve endings and they can really rev up your adrenal glands until you kind of panic, especially copper. Or even the malaise of anxiety that can be caused by all the toxic metals, that underlying stimulation causing your brain to think anxiously. But also those toxic metals and minerals will drive down minerals like zinc and calcium, which actually naturally make you feel calmer. So your toxins and minerals are really important. They can make you feel calm or nervous. And your nervous system, if it's broken, if your adrenal glands are really fatigued, you generally feel anxious. So if you're exhausted, you'll feel more anxious. Even if you're overtired, just if you're healthy and you're overtired, you're going to feel more anxious. So rest more. Also for the physical is what you put in your body. If you drink lots of coffee, eat lots of sugar, take recreational drugs, drink alcohol. Alcohol makes you feel great that night. It makes you feel a lot more anxious the next day. So do recreational drugs. You're talking to someone who did rather a few, by the way. So physical is it has, your physical body chemistry, but also what you put in your body are both really important. They can make you feel anxious or calm. So physical is another massive one. The next reason is mental. So if you're feeling anxious for spiritual reasons or physical reasons, what I've just talked to you about, the mental behaviour of you in your life will create more anxiety, and they often call it safety behaviours. So if you're feeling anxious about a situation because of physical or spiritual reasons, and then you don't go to certain events, or you don't want to do something, or your life gets smaller the more fear that happens, then you start building mental patterns in your brain. And those safety behaviours and those mental patterns basically form new trees in your brain, which create thinking about how you are and what you are. And they aren't real. It's an illusion. So mental is massive, and mental often comes after spiritual and physical reasons for anxiety. So the mental, you're learning how to be more anxious all the time. But from my point of view, you need to be addressing the spiritual, trauma-based fears, how you think about yourself, core beliefs about yourself. You need to break them down. You need to start looking after yourself with food and rest. Get that body biochemistry sorted out so you feel calmer. Then hopefully you'll start going out there, living your life, going to events, doing things that may scare you mentally, but then realising they're not scary and you can do them. I know you can do them, but you need to start looking after yourself. You need to get on a healing program, spiritual and physical healing program. Do anyone that resonates with you. I do nutritional balancing with hair mineral analysis. I can kind of see it's a whole package there. If you're interested, I'll put details below. But there's so many healing modalities that may work for you, but just start looking after yourself with food and rest. Start off with that. Get a hair analysis. Look at what your minerals are doing. Find a good nutritionist that understands you and resonates with you. So guys, anxiety is caused by spiritual, physical and mental. Tackle the three, but tackle the first two first. Okay guys, I hope that was helpful for you. If you're liking the video, please hit like. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. I'm relatively new to YouTube, but I do these videos to tell you how amazing you are underneath all the crap that you may have physically and spiritually. I still do, by the way. I've cleared a lot of stuff, but my journey is far from over. So I'm right in it with you. Don't think I'm not. So anyway, have a great day, guys. Lots of love. Take care. Leave a comment if you like. Any help you need, leave a comment. I'm with it. I'm in it with you. Peace. Speak to you soon.